What's up guys, Ramsay here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be tackling a subject that a lot of you guys have shown interest to and a lot of you have asked me about this, which is how do I approach people I've never met? As a magician, I perform to people I do not know. I perform to people all over the world who I've never met, who might not even speak the same language as me, and a lot of you people want to know, how do I overcome my fear? How can I get close to a person or have them interested in my magic? And hopefully today we're going to cover all these points which will allow you to be a more confident performer. So in a nutshell, we're going to be tackling approach anxiety. First of all, what is approach anxiety? Approach anxiety is a psychological and physical evolutionary trait that we've developed that prevents us from actually approaching or talking to people who we've never met. And the reasons for that are fear of rejection, fear of coming up short, and fear of not being liked. These things are innately within us as human beings. Even the most confident performers in the world will be lying to you if they told you that they were not nervous. And hopefully the 5 tricks that I'm going to give you today will not only help you overcome this fear, but will help you control it and make you into a confident performer. So meet Chris. Chris is an amateur magician who's never actually performed to anybody. He's very insecure, he's not sure of himself, his shirt looks stupid, he has stupid hair, and a dumb pair of glasses. He just oozes insecurity. There's nothing about Chris that Chris likes. He's fearful, he's afraid of rejection, he's not really good with people, but today we're gonna help Chris become a more confident performer. Tip number 1, start small. Don't go up to a big crowd or don't book a gig for 10,000 people if you've never performed in your life. I mean, if you have, then we've got some work to do. But essentially, start with people who you feel very comfortable with, i.e. your family or your close friends. And even though you've performed to them, try something new. Try engaging a conversation about something you know nothing about. These little things will sort of help you be on your feet and stand on your toes. Another nice trick is to go up to a grocery store clerk or anybody who works in retail service and start talking to them about something. So not asking them where the milk is, but basically engaging them, asking them how their day is and how they're doing. Here's the good part about that. People that work in retail service are paid to respect, accommodate the customer's every need. So there's a very, very small chance of failure here, and you're not really presenting them with anything. If the conversation goes well and you build up enough courage, perhaps ask them if they'd like to see a magic trick or just show them something. What's the worst that can go wrong? You'll never see them again in your entire life, right? Good riddance. But there's a lot to gain from this. It will give you a positive reinforcement that you can take with you to your next engagement or your next interview or even your next performance. So seek out a cashier or anybody selling shoes and just open a conversation with them, and that will give you a little bit of confidence. Quick pro tip is look for people who are smiling. People who are happy, people who are going through a happy state. Now, this is something that I've acquired when filming magic on camera or when just approaching people, even at a restaurant or a private corporate function that I'm performing at. I will look for people who are having a great time. I don't want 2 people who are in an intense conversation, who are physically just showing, very disturbing emotions, like they're not interested. Because yes, you could brighten their day with magic, but they could also not give a shit about what you're doing. So a good tip is to look for people who are happy and who are smiling. Those will likely be the people who will want to see a performance. Tip number 2, have a wingman. This is something that I've learned in the many, many years of performing, that when you're around friends, you are automatically just a more confident person because you understand that they know who you are. They see your vulnerabilities and accept it. You've been through many things with these people, so you can be yourself around them. So by having them with you, first of all, is a great confidence boost, but you can also use them to your advantage somehow. For instance, place a bet with one of your friends and say, listen, I'm gonna go perform for 5 people, or I'm gonna go ask 5 girls for their phone number, or whatever it is. And say, if I don't at least attempt it 5 times, I owe you $100. Now you not only have an actual incentive, something that you're going to pay for if you fail, but you have this extra kick in the ass to get out there and do something. Wingmen can also be good for other things. One thing that I like to do when I used to perform, not when I was hired for something, but more so in a casual setting and I wanted to go perform to these people. One thing I would do is I would walk up at the table and say, yeah, you see my friend over there? He dared me to show you guys a magic trick. And do you mind if I just show you this one quick trick? Sorry, I don't mean to be creepy. That is a beautiful thing, and here's the reason. Vulnerability is the most beautiful human trait that ever existed. I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about it. I'm dead serious. Vulnerability is an amazing, beautiful quality that humans have, and that we connect with. When you see someone who's vulnerable, when you see someone who is genuine and authentic, automatically allows you to open yourself up to them, because now you understand that they too are human. Coming off as a very, very confident person at first when you're not really and you're trying to fake it can be a little alarming for a lot of people, and they can get disengaged very quickly. They can turn on you and say something like, look at this asshole, who does he think he is? Doesn't he see that we're having dinner? Who's he trying to impress? So by taking an approach where you make yourself vulnerable, but you make yourself also approachable is very important. Another thing you could do is just go up to somebody and say, listen, my nephew's birthday or my cousin's birthday is next week, and I promised him a magic trick. I've been working on this trick for a long time, and I know this sounds weird, but do you mind if I just practice it on you? Can I show you a trick that's so endearing? What an endearing quality. They'll be like, oh, you're a beautiful person for doing that for your cousin. Absolutely, please show me the magic trick. So again, you're being vulnerable, you're being put in a position where people will connect with you more easily, and you get to practice, and you might get some valuable feedback from a layperson's perspective, which is so valuable. Tip number 3, create a physical and mental bridge. You know that feeling when something just goes right? This girl's interested in you and you talk to her and everything you say was just amazing, or you went to an interview and you just nailed it, or you performed a trick and everything just went right. We've all had those moments. Well, when those moments happen, here's what I want you to remember. I want you to take your thumb and index and squeeze them together as hard as you can. Don't do it up here because you look like an asshole. Just do it in your pocket. Do it somewhere where it's concealed. Just keep doing that. Every time you get this really positive feeling, this rush of endorphins within you, just go ahead and do that. Now, what that creates is a physical and mental trigger. You're basically tricking your mind through something physical that will convince your mind that this is a positive experience. So every time you do this from now on, if you've done this for a while, you will automatically feel that rush of confidence and those hormones working in your body that gives you that same elation, that same feeling you had, that positive feedback that you got from that last performance or event. Take that with you, and that can be a very, very valuable tool to help you out. Tip number 4 is very similar. It is another physical thing that you can do, and this is actually scientifically proven. So we all know animals in the animal kingdom, such as gorillas, will beat their chest, or there's certain birds that will puff their chest out to make them seem bigger than they actually are to attract the females and to gain and establish dominance and become the alpha. Well, how do you become an alpha? Here's a very, very cool thing, and this is, like I said, scientifically proven. If you stand in a power position, so hands on your hips, one leg up in the air on the toilet, whatever it is, you look like Captain Morgan. You're feeling super confident. Now, this could be done in the bathroom stall, it could be done in your car, and it could be done anywhere where you're alone. And you do this, yeah, you're gonna feel like an idiot, but do this for 2 minutes, not 30 seconds, not a minute. Hold it for 2 minutes. Automatically, there's a reaction, a chemical reaction that happens within your body that creates these hormones, this boost of testosterone where you just feel like, you know what, I'm in charge. Acknowledging the present around you, saying, you know what, I'm here. This is how I feel. I feel nervous. I feel like I want to be confident. I feel just acknowledging all of that while you're in this power position. All of a sudden, you're gonna feel this tremendous sigh of relief, like nothing you do can go wrong. If you don't want to try this off the bat, next time you're in a social setting, look around you and look who is taking control of the situation. Who's more boisterous? Who's more lively? Who's using their hands? Who's standing, speaking loudly and standing up straight, not slouching? Notice everybody else around them will start to cave in. They'll start to collapse. People will start to cross their arms, hunch their back, cross their legs, maybe even cover their genitals. And I know it sounds weird, but it's like a protective thing that we do through evolution. And we sort of cross our arms together and we become more silent, and we let this alpha become the center of attention. Much like if you're at an interview and the interviewer is sitting in this big leather chair behind this massive desk and he forces you to sit on this stupid little plastic chair like a child. Well, already there's this sense of dominance that he's created through the physical environment that automatically degrades whatever it is you're doing, automatically gives you a sense that you're not as important. So perhaps if they say, have a seat, you just say, you know what, I'd actually rather say it if that's fine with you. Right there, I mean, there's a paradigm shift. There's this uncomfortable shift of, oh, this person is in charge, this person is confident. And those type of things will just really aid in your ability to present yourself in a way that is just attracts people. Another example might be when a police officer pulls you over. I mean, you're in a sitting position, rolling the window down, he's got a flashlight in your face, he's standing up, he's got a badge and a uniform, and he's talking down, you're disoriented by the light. Automatically, this is a type of suggestion, this is a type of hypnosis that happens where you automatically relinquish everything to him. If he asks you, empty your pockets, you will do it. And only after you think, why did I empty my pockets? Who is he? Well, that's the thing. He's created an environment where he's in charge and you're just obeying everything he does. So by creating the illusion that you are a person of importance, by even your mannerisms, and that's a little bit of NLP, neuro-linguistic patterning, and just kind of showing that you're in charge, people will automatically succumb to that. They will automatically submit to that. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying take control of people forcefully or make them love you. I'm saying by innately being someone who's like this through these little tips, they will automatically flock to you. They will automatically thrive and listen to every word you have to say, and you will become the confident performer that you need to be in order to get it done. So I hope these tips have helped you out. I think Chris is now on his way to becoming a successful magician and performer who's not afraid to perform for anyone at any given time, even though his hair and shirt still look really stupid. But Chris, you're well on your way. Congratulations. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This was an awesome video to make. I'm glad you guys watched it. And if this helped you out at all, let me know in the comments whether this actually helped you out in the real world, or if you're planning on doing something and you're gonna use some of these tips. Or maybe you have something to add to this conversation, something that I may have overlooked. I'd love to hear your feedback. Also, I do appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Thanks guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.